We are recording. Okay, so welcome. Thank you for coming this evening. Can you just give me a thumbs up or a nod or something if you can hear me? Thank you. Thanks, Faye. Thank you. It's always really disconcerting to be kind of speaking into the void almost. So it's good to know you can all hear me. So welcome to this study skills session. My name's Claire, and I am I'm an ESOL tutor at York Learning, but I'm also employed by the counselling area to support with study skills. So that's why I'm here tonight. So this study skills session is all about getting ready to learn, and it's here to support you on your counselling journey. So as I said, I'm Claire. So housekeeping. This session is a little bit shorter than the other ones that I've run in the past, so it'll be about 60 minutes. Please put your hands up, or you can just unmute yourself if you want to. If you've got a question, I really welcome people if they want to share, their ideas, share their experiences. This is very much kind of like a facilitative kind of session, really. It's all about where you've come from and what your experiences are with learning. So if you want to share anything, just unmute yourselves and that's fine. Please put your cameras on if you can. I get that there might be technical issues. I get that you might have kids or pets or partners or something going on in the background. But please put your camera on if you can, because that's going to be what it's going to be like on your counselling sessions. You will have to have your camera on and engage. So to kind of get into the habit of it now. Mute your camera, mute your cameras, mute your mics. If you think there's any background noise or anything like that, just distracting for everyone else. And please, can you make your full name visible on the screen? Most of you have, but I'm going to have to take a register. And if it's just your first name, it's going to be difficult for me. If you're not sure how to do it, there's 3 little dots in the corner of your profile. And if you click on there, you should be able to change your name. And again, you'll need that when you start your counselling course. So if you can have a go, thanks, Samantha. You can see you've got yours up there now. Great, thank you very much, guys. That really helps. Okay, cool. So the objectives of this evening. So we're here to support you in getting ready to learn and continue learning with York Learning. So we're going to be looking at the importance of time management. I'll be looking at your organisation skills, and your time management and your organisation skills, they're really inherently linked. So, one might kind of go into the other a little bit. We'll look at setting up your study environment and making sure you've got somewhere that's really conducive to learning. You can probably see that I am not in a conducive learning space. I'm sat on my bed, but that's just how it is for this evening, unfortunately. We'll also focus a bit on online etiquette, the do's and don'ts. And then if we've got time at the end of the hour, we'll also look a little bit at learning style as well. Great, thanks, guys. Okay, so just a bit of information about your course requirements. So have you guys met Anna Marie yet? You met Anna Marie? No. Any of your tutors? No. You've just had Google Classroom, haven't you? With Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, great. Okay, so when you start your counselling sessions with your tutor, they'll tell you more about this. But just a little bit before that starts, make sure that you're attending the full sessions. Make sure that you're arriving in this Zoom space, in your Google Classroom space, at least 10 minutes before. And most of you are here just as I was setting up, which is great. Just make sure you can just check then if you've got any audio difficulties, if you've got any visual difficulties, and you're not kind of rushing them. Try and make sure you're in somewhere that's comfortable and private. If you need to have headphones on, that's fine. But like your local cafe or somewhere wouldn't really be appropriate. Make sure that you've got access to suitable IT equipment. Right, so this is really important. If you're on your phone, or a tablet, it's okay for today, but try and get a laptop sorted out. You're not going to be able to see everything on your phone or on a tablet unless your tablet's massive. So make sure you've got a laptop and make sure that laptop has got a decent internet connection as well. Sometimes people kind of fade in and out, that their connection drops. So if you need to get that sorted out, then get it sorted out before you start. Check your Yacht Learning email, check your Google Classroom email, to check that you've done all the work and things before your session, and make sure that you've got any learning tasks completed as well. So that's just a little bit of like a general course requirement there, from Anna Marie, who is the curriculum manager for counselling. So what are we going to do first? So I want you to think about what your typical day and your typical week look like at the moment. So can you just kind of give me a thumbs up or a nod or something? How many of you are juggling this course with a job? Yeah, Rachel. Yeah, grand. Okay. How many of you are juggling this course with children or dogs or cats or horses or yeah, okay, cool. Okay. So you're already kind of juggling several balls in the air. And then think about how much free time you currently have. And is there anything you're going to need to consider or to change to make time to learn on this course? So I'm going to put you into little groups, and you can take that time to kind of introduce yourselves and stuff because you're going to be with these people probably for like next 4 years, possibly, if you decide to move on with the counselling course and do level 3 and 4. So take some time to chat, and then I want you to think about these questions. So at the moment, what's your typical day look like? What's your typical week look like? Are you working part-time? Are you working full-time? Have you got your kids around? And how much free time have you got to focus on this counselling course? So, and what do you need to do to prioritize this counselling course? So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms, and there are 14 of you. So if I do, right, so is that going to work? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to open the breakout rooms. Are you guys okay with going into breakout room? Do you know how to access it? Yeah, grand. Okay. Okay, so the rooms are open now, and I'll let you know when I'm bringing you back. Oh, you're all coming back now. Great. Okay, great. So thank you very much, guys. So I'm just gonna ask a couple of rooms if you want to kind of chat about what you discussed. So should we have room three? Some feedback going on there. Should we have room three? It was Debbie, Ella, and Faye.
Yeah.
Somebody want to contribute from that room?
I can if you like.
Oh, cheers.
Uh, so Faye and I met on the introduction to counselling course and have just now met Ella, which is lovely. We were just talking about perhaps having a specified time in the week set aside for the learning that we need to do at home so that we know that's when we're going to do it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Are you guys all working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, part-time.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's all about, yeah, absolutely putting it down on paper when you're gonna do that work. Because even if you're working part-time, like I only work 4 days a week and I think, oh great, I've got 3 days to do my own thing, but it completely gets away with you. So you definitely committing now to that time is a really good idea. Cool. Thank you, Debbie. Let's have room 5. That was Rachel and Steve.
Hi, yeah, I'll
Hi.
speak. I also met Steve on the introduction to counselling course, so we're already familiar with each other. Um, we have a bit of a different thing where Steve has quite a bit of free time at the moment, and I work full time and have like a little kid and things like that. And I found for myself time management in the past, obviously, as Debbie just said, like setting some time aside, but also being able to have that open discussion with anyone in the household it might affect and getting them to agree when works best for them to put time aside and stuff like that. Just taking in like obviously other things that other people have to manage around you as well.
Yeah, that is really important. We're going to be moving on to that in a little bit, but yeah, you know, you've obviously all embarked on this course because, counselling is something you're really interested in, you're passionate about it. Maybe it's something that you already kind of do in your job already, and this enhances your skills. You want to give it the time it deserves. So, sacrifices are going to have to be made a little bit. So absolutely, making sure that everyone who you live with or you're friends with or you work with are on side. Definitely, yeah. Like I'm teaching this course and I don't normally teach in the evenings. So tonight my little boy's dad has done an extra bedtime, an extra bath time, so I've got time to do this. It's all about negotiation and making sure that everyone's kind of working together so you can get the most out of this course. Absolutely. And even if you are free, you're still going to have to make sure that you've got time to do all the work. Good. So thank you very much, guys. So the next thing, as I said, is time management and organization. They are inherently linked. But yeah, a few top tips here before we move on. And please chime in here if you've got any other ideas. We all work differently. But for me, prioritizing your tasks can really help. Give them a number 1 to 4. So, the most important are number 1, and then the least important number 4, and delegate those tasks. I'm a massive procrastinator, and I'm sure this evening I would have rather cleaned the oven, than done any work. But I have to do this, so it's prioritizing my tasks and making sure that I'm sticking to what's important. Don't be afraid to say no. You're on level 2 at the moment. You might want to progress. You might want to do levels 3 and 4, which do get much more intense. And you might want to go for a coffee after work with a friend, but then you might think, oh, I've got this essay to do, So don't be afraid of saying no. This is important to you guys. And then there's something that's kind of like a 4-step strategy that you can make as well. And it's kind of like an upside down triangle. So if you think about the base at the top as being the broad bit, and that's like your end goal. So what you want to achieve in the long run. And then you kind of move down that upside down triangle, like you funnel it down, and you've got your tasks for the week ahead, and then your daily plan, and then your daily plan broken down into chunks. So you're looking at the bigger picture and you're really, really whittling that bigger picture down into manageable chunks. Because I'm quite organized. I do write to-do lists, but my to-do list ends up being bigger and bigger and bigger, and I can't see the wood for the trees. So a good thing for me to do is think about breaking it down into smaller chunks, and that can really help. And if you get overwhelmed easily, you've got your jobs, you've got your kids, you've got your family, you've got your hobbies, you've got everything else, and then you've got this counselling course on top of it. It's a good way of just making sure that you're focusing on little manageable things as well. So they're some of the tips that I can give you. Does anyone want to add anything? You can unmute yourselves and say if you've got any other ideas or things that help you to time manage your time. No, I will just move on then. Okay, cool. So, as I said, moving on to organization. So this isn't a very good depiction of how organized I am, because this was my desk at work when I was planning this course, but it's kind of organized chaos. I knew where things were, and I knew what I was doing. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how organized would you say you are, kind of on a regular day-to-day basis in your daily lives? How organized are you? You can write it in the chat, or you can tell me, you can unmute yourselves. It's up to you.
Probably about a 6.
Okay. Yeah. Just above average.
I was also
say,
going to say
yeah.
6 as well.
Yeah.
I'll probably say about an 8.
Okay. So why an 8, Carla?
I've got a really busy household. I've got 4 children. I work 2 days a week. So managing my time is really important for kids' activities, school runs, work, and just general stuff like that. So I would definitely say I'm very organized. I have to be, otherwise it would just be chaos.
Yeah. I imagine that you've got to have a very kind of focused mindset as well to make sure
Yeah.
everything's done. And yeah, okay. Wow. My house in the morning is chaotic enough, and having up one child, so I can't imagine it. But yeah, so obviously, yeah, a lot of things going on there. Cool, thank you, Carla. So we've got 6s, we've got an 8. Would anyone say they're higher or lower than that? Or is everyone kind of in the
I'd say
middle?
I'm very not organised at all, because I don't need to be organised. There's me and the dog, and
Yeah.
that's it. So
Okay.
I'm doing this for structure in a way. So
Right, okay. Have you, I suppose, do you work, Tracy?
not anymore, no, I've
Right,
retired.
okay. Right, okay. So, so it's going to be, I suppose that's bringing in kind of your skills and your attributes that you know that you do have from working, and kind of transferring those skills into this counselling course, isn't it? And thinking, okay, so
Yeah,
when
I've
I was
worked for over
working,
30 years. I've worked nights, I've worked days. So I am used to being organised,
yeah.
but come out to the flow.
It'll come back to you, I think, pretty quickly. So yeah, just a few tips here again. These are kind of the things that again that I tend to do, or I do try and do. If you know you're having a busy day, if you know you've got, drop off, and you've got to go to work, and then you've got your counselling session, try and plan the night before, get your outfit ready, get your kids' uniform ready, get your pack ups done. The pack up one, every night I say I will make a pack up for my little boy, and I forget. And in the morning, I'm rushing to get a pack up made. Or he goes to school and gets a hot lunch, and it's a baked potato and cheese every single day. But I do try, and it's in my brain. But do try and get that kind of that routine going in the evening if you know you've got a busy day the next day. And as I said at the beginning, check you've done the reading, because there's nothing worse than logging onto your session and realizing that you've missed a chapter, or you've missed something that you're supposed to read, and then it really kind of it puts you at a disadvantage. It sets the wobbles going a little bit. So check that you've done all the reading and everything you need to do before your session. If you like a list, write a list, write your to-do list. my list gets longer and longer, and it used to be just I had two lists, and one was a work list and one was a home list, and then they just amalgamated, and now it's just a massive list. But I do feel very pleased when I tick something off that list. If you find that focusing for a long period of time on something, or you get kind of what's the word? You kind of get engrossed too easily in something and time runs away with you, then set a timer on your phone and give yourself small chunks of time to get things done. If you've got reading to do, read for 10 minutes, do the ironing for 10 minutes, that kind of thing. Just break it down. And as I said before, if you get overwhelmed easily, this can really help you as well. If you get distracted easily, turn your phone on silent, put it on airplane mode. I think we're all, well, most of us are very, very guilty of doom scrolling on social media. And the time can run away with you. You realize you've been scrolling Instagram for half an hour, and you haven't done your kids' pack up, and you haven't done your ironing. This is something that Carla, was it Carla? No, who was it? Somebody, sorry, I've forgotten you. Somebody at the beginning. Oh, I'm really sorry. The lady who talked about speaking to other people in a house about getting organised.
I think it was me.
Yeah, it was Rachel.
Yeah.
Was it Rachel? Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, Rachel, thank you. Yeah, so you mentioned this about seeking support, and that's really, really important. As we've said, you put in a lot of time and effort and probably money into this course. If you're not giving it its full attention, then what's the point? So make sure that your family are on side. If you need to get a friend to go get your kids from school, or you need to get your husband to walk your dog or something like that, just make sure that you've got that support. And same with childcare, check that, you've got your kid in at the childminder or the after school club, and you're not having to leave a session early to go get them, things like that. Because I think, as an adult learner, it's very different, to being at college or university as an 18-year-old. It's your priorities, your responsibilities are so different, and life gets in the way. So it's that work-life study balance thing that you've got going on. So just a few things there. Does anyone else have anything that they do to stay organized? We had a number 8. Somebody said they were very organized. Was that Carla?
Yeah, so on my fridge, I have a month planner that I just have with like a wipeable pen that I change every month. And then I have a weekly um, underneath my fridge as well. And then I also have a yearly planner that I put in my conservatory so I can plan for the year. Just so I've got all the school children's holidays, term days, and then I can see the weeks that they're doing their activities because I do a week about with their dad, so I'm a single mum, so I co-parent. So it's for me to be organized like that, so everything's there, and then I have a diary that I have in my handbag.
Gosh, okay. So a lot, yeah, that's phenomenal. So I'm
I
almost
think
in a
that's more
par with
than an
them.
8.
Sorry, see?
That's more than an 8.
That's a 10.
They're the same. That's a
Definitely.
definite 10. That is.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, maybe you could want to run this course for me instead.
No.
But no, that's amazing. You have to kind of, yeah, definitely. You've got 4 kids.
Yeah.
There was a lady on a course I ran a while ago, who said that she kind of similar idea. She had like a big wall planner and she rag rated everything that she needed to do. So she kind of had, like high priority, medium priority, and low priority, and everything was color coded. So she cross-referenced that with her work and then cross-reference it with the study that she's doing as well. And I just thought, wow, that's, it's, you kind
Yeah.
of, I suppose you've got to make sure that you're not spending so much time planning and actually getting the work done. But yeah, no, that's brilliant. Thanks, Carla. Anyone else have any ways that they get organized?
Well, I would consider myself. I'm not working at the moment, so I would say I'm a 4. regarding being organised.
Okay.
At the moment, but when it comes to work and I deal with customers and jobs from start to finish, I have to be organised. So I adopt a different mindset. And when I sort of reflect and I think, actually, I'm not organised, but when I look back to when I'm actually running the business and everything else, you've got to be organised. So it's just a matter of adopting that mind frame to this coursework.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Steve. Yeah, yeah. I think definitely, yeah, it's getting yourself in that mindset, isn't it? That,
Yeah.
and I think it's going back to that time management, setting aside a specific time to get your reading done, to get your essays done, and yeah, absolutely getting in that mindset of working and studying, definitely. Cool. Right. Thank you very much. That was really good. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to study environment. And I always look at these pictures and think I would absolutely adore to have the left-hand side picture with the teapot and the plant, but it's not going to happen because my house isn't big enough to have a study. Oh dear, I'm running low on battery. And yeah, my study environment is very much like the right-hand side, and I work from home. I'm sat on the sofa, surrounded by washing. I've got a very old, loud cat who won't let me be, and yeah, that is definitely more like my my work from home environment. What I want to kind of make clear here is it doesn't really matter if you've got the left one or the right one. I doubt many of us have got the left hand side one. If you have, then well done. But as long as you've got somewhere that is comfortable for you and conducive for study, with your counselling course, and probably not so much with level 2, but levels 3 and 4. Excuse me, I just need to plug my laptop in. With levels 3 and level 4, there will be content that is triggering, possibly. Content that people share that you don't want people to hear. So making sure you do have somewhere quiet. Sorry guys, that was really unorganized, wasn't it? Making sure you've got somewhere quiet to study is really, really important. Somewhere where you've got a focus, somewhere where you've got a kind of a calm place, to make sure that you're focused on learning is important. So I'm not going to do this as a breakout room because I'm mindful of the time. I just want you to kind of tell me, is there anything that you need to do, looking around maybe where you are at the moment, that you need to change before you start doing your online learning, or before you start reading or taking notes for your course? Is there anything you need to change to make your environment at home more conducive to learning? You can just unmute yourselves if you want to.
I work from home anyway, so I'm pretty organised in that respect. I do a mixture of home and office working, hybrid working. So yeah, so I am pretty much sorted in that respect. But I don't know if anybody can hear. My dog won't stop crying. She's stood at the door. She's forgot she can come in that door there. But there's a door in front of me and she's just peeking at me through the glass.
Oh, glass.
Yeah, she's a pain. Yeah, but other than that, I'm quite sorted.
Good. That's good. Yeah, I think if you already do have a hybrid job or you work from home, you've probably got somewhere where you do feel comfortable working. Okay, thank you very much, Faye. Is there anyone else who wants to share?
I'm in the process of having my kitchen ripped out. So at the moment, my house is like a demolition site. I've got a kitchen in my living room. I've only got a living room and a kitchen downstairs. So right now, I don't even know where my tea bags are. Never mind everything else. It's going to be a long process. So give me a month and a half, and I'll be back to hopefully organised.
Yeah.
It's horrible at the moment.
Yeah, no, I get that. We had our kitchen redone last year. And yeah, I was just sat trying to work from home surrounded by, blenders and coffee makers and pots and pans and all sorts.
Rubble.
And it wasn't great timing really.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's done, it'll be nice at least, won't it? So
Oh, it'd be lovely when it's done.
okay. Cool. Thank you, Tracy. Anyone else who wants to say anything? No. I said at the beginning about having a laptop. I think you guys are all on laptops, aren't you? I can't see anyone who's got a phone. No. Okay. Um, if you do find that your laptop starts to be unreliable, or anything like that, we can help at York Learning. We can help you source a laptop. So just bear that in mind if you've got an old laptop that you think is on the way out. York Learning can help with sourcing laptops. Okay, lovely. So great, cool. So going to move on now to online etiquette. So, we have lived through a pandemic. We've lived through working from home. We've lived through studying from home. We've probably lived through lots and lots of Zoom chats with family, probably quizzes on Zoom or on Teams. It's become kind of a way of life, really. But a percentage of your counselling course will be online. You had a Google Classroom session online tonight. The way the world is now, that most things are virtual. So it's just important that we kind of touch on this etiquette of working online, of studying online, and just kind of get comfortable with it, really. I'm not wholly comfortable with it. Zoom is not my cup of tea. I'm a Teams person. So I've been running these sessions on Zoom for about a year and I still forget where things are on Zoom. So, it's not wholly comfortable for me working like this either, but it's kind of the way of the world. So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms for this because I'm just intrigued to see what your experiences are really. So I'm going to put you into rooms and I want you to just talk about your experiences of communicating online. Like for some of you, this will just be the norm. I imagine if you work from home and it's an admin-based job, this is the norm for you really. But for some people, it might be really new. I've had some learners say that this session is their first experience of using Zoom, their first experience of using breakout rooms. So it can be quite daunting to use an online platform for learning. And what are the pros and cons for you in learning online? And do you have any fears or worries about learning online? So, this can be things about using Google Classroom. It could be about using Zoom. It could be about even kind of, emails and things like that. And, York Learning can help you with any technical gaps that you might have. So I'm going to put you back into groups and I'm going to give you about 6 minutes to have a chat about this. And then we will come back and talk together. Just going to move those rooms around and they're open now. So you should be able to join those rooms. And there we go. You need to join room 5, Debbie. There we go. Great. Thanks everyone for coming back. Liam, sorry, I've just seen your message about being on an iPad Pro.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean,
Seems to work fine tonight.
If you can see everything, and yeah, you should be fine. And it's just a case of just checking that your technology works properly and that it's working for you, really. I think the worst thing you can be using is a phone. That's what I'd say is a no-no, but your iPad's probably fine. Okay, right. Thank you, guys.
I'm running off a Samsung tablet, but I've got my laptop next to me, so I'm using this as like a satellite.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The laptop to work alongside it. That'll work, won't it?
That should be fine. Yeah. I think really the biggest no-no is using a phone. But I think you guys should all be fine. Lovely. Right, guys. So I'm just gonna kind of open it up to the room. What did you guys discuss in terms of your experiences of working online? Anyone wants to share?
Yeah, I'll share. Yeah, so I was just saying with my group, I predominantly work online. So for me, it's the usual every day, getting on Teams, getting on Zoom. But I think we all agreed that face to face is predominantly the best option. I feel like you get more of a personal kind of connection with someone. But all of us are doing the online and in person course. So I feel like that was best suited for us. So we both get that time where we could have that time together as a group, but then also getting that time online as well, which suits us.
No, definitely. Is that the case for everyone? Are you all doing the hybrid? No, Liam, shaking. Liam, are you fully virtual?
Yes, fully virtual.
Right. Okay. Cool. Anyone else fully virtual?
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
I was only going to say, sorry, Steve. I was just going to say, I do agree with Olivia, though. It would have been really lovely to have a mix of in person and online. Because Liam and I were just saying how, although Zoom has many benefits, when you're connecting with someone face to face, it's often much more authentic. But practicalities mean that Zoom is very convenient.
Yeah, that's definitely the pro, isn't it? You can just sit, on your sofa or at your desk and kind of dial in really to being with other people. Steve, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I forgot.
Sorry.
Are you hybrid, Steve, or are you fully remote?
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was going to say. You read my mind. The evening course is online only, isn't it? And then the afternoon course is hybrid. I would have preferred the afternoon course, but it's more restrictive with my movements.
Right. Okay. Yeah. This is it, isn't it? I suppose there are massive pros and cons for both. Just working out what is best for you, really, and going back to the whole juggling, your work-life balance and everything like that. And it can also depend on where you live as well. If you're quite a way away from York, then the virtual one is just kind of more convenient. And things with like putting your kids to bed and things like that. It's just better to be remote, I suppose. Okay, so Olivia, this is just the norm for you. Is this kind of anyone's first experience of learning online or of communicating online or of kind of doing anything online, or are you all quite seasoned now?
It is mine. I haven't done anything like this before. I'm the one that I can't get my camera to work. I'm Shelley. Hello, everybody.
Right, hi, Shelley.
Yeah, it's alien to me, all this Zoom business. It's really, really odd. I'm quite old-fashioned and old school, and somebody mentioned about the human element and how, talking to people like this, you don't get. I don't know. I just find it a bit strange. That's all.
Yeah, I think even though we've kind of come to terms with it, I don't think anyone feels 100% comfortable really online. There are issues, cameras, there's a time lag, you find yourself talking over each other,
Yeah,
there's all these little things. And I think, yeah, for a counselling course, that face-to-face element is crucial really. But
it is.
um,
Yeah,
do if you can, it sounds like you've all met each other before on the introductory course. Try and meet up, have a coffee or, if it's convenient. If some of you are doing the hybrid course, try and meet up before your sessions and go for a coffee somewhere. Because, that is going to be developing your rapport and you are going to get that face-to-face interaction that way as well. But yeah, it can be a bit scary, but I keep saying, York Learning, everyone's really lovely. You've met Kim, she's great. She's a computer whiz kid. If you've got any issues about Zoom, I had to go to Kim about Zoom when I first started using it because I had no idea what I was doing. I was clicking buttons and I couldn't see people and it was just awful. So I went to her and she gave me a very quick one-to-one and I left feeling much more comfortable about using it. And it has really helped. It's helped give me more confidence with using it when I teach online. But please do go speak to somebody. The same when you start writing your essays, if you are not confident using Microsoft Word, if you're not confident uploading things to Google Classroom, please speak to Anna Murray and she can signpost you to somebody who will help you. York Learning also run digital skills courses. So if you feel that you need a brush up with your digital skills, then please do speak to somebody and they can help you because we're all here to support you. Okay, lovely. So I'm gonna quickly move on because we are nearing the end and then we can go enjoy the rest of the evening. So just very quickly, some do's and don'ts that are related to working online. The first one is turn your camera on. Obviously, if you've got issues, then don't worry, it's fine. Microphone, do try and mute it. If there's background noise, it can be quite distracting. You also get feedback as well sometimes, which can be quite distracting. Stay focused. It's very difficult when you are online not to start looking around the room and thinking that wall needs repainting or I need the washing up or my cat's meowing at me. But do try and stay in the zone when you are doing your online sessions. And leading on from that, when you get a break, do take a break. Get up and move around. Go to the toilet, get a cup of tea, get a glass of water, get some fresh air if you can. It can be very draining to sit staring at a screen. And I'm sure you guys are feeling very drained this evening. You've had 2 sessions back to back. You've listened to me and Kim drone on at you. And it can be very draining. And looking at a screen can be quite bad for you as well. So try and, look away, take a physical break when you can. As we said before, make sure you're somewhere with no distractions. And if that means sending your kids upstairs or your partner upstairs or something, then just make sure that's happening. When you are in your learning sessions with your tutor, make sure that you're making notes. It doesn't matter if those are physical notes, if they're notes on an iPad, but make sure that you are making notes so you understand what the key points are. This is related to the don't pointer here. So the slides that the tutor has are for the tutor's information. They're for the tutor, same as me tonight. They're so the tutor doesn't lose a train of thought and they don't start waffling on about something unrelated. Don't take everything on those slides as gospel. Make sure you're writing down stuff, make sure that you're making notes and that those notes can then help you understand what you have heard and what you have understood. Use those notes to help you with your essays, help you with your research, but don't take the slides as gospel. On the don't side is don't zone out and turn your camera off. It's very easy to zone out. It's very easy to think, no one knows I'm here. No one knows I'm not here. I'll just sit back, I'll mute myself and I'll turn my camera off. But there's no point. It connects to the one further down with let others do all the work. As I said, you've signed up for this course, you spent your money, you spent your time. If you then just think, well, I'll just let everyone else do it, then what's the point? Your engagement and your participation is really important, and it's how your tutor sees progress, it's how you see progress. So just make sure that you're participating fully in the sessions. And again, I do get that this is a relatively small group tonight. Some groups may be bigger. It may be very daunting for somebody to pipe up and say something. And I was the same when not with online, because there wasn't online, but when I did my undergraduate degree, I was really shy. I was really quiet. I didn't want to participate. I didn't want to put my hand up. Move on sort of 10 years time. I did my MA. You can't shut me up. So it's just getting that confidence. And hopefully this course will help you. Your counselling course will help you increase your confidence and your resilience as well. So, got time to do this quickly. This is just something that Anna Marie is quite into, and it's just about different learning styles. So it's just giving a bit of insight here about how you learn as a learner. And I don't know if these might be familiar to you. There are 4 different learning styles. You're either a visual learner, an auditory learner, a read-write learner, or a kinesthetic learner. And sometimes people cross over. You might find that you are ticking boxes from different types of learning style. But if you're a visual learner, you learn by seeing, you learn by pictures. Auditory, you learn by listening. You might learn by reading something aloud. Read-write learner, you're quite old school. You like books and texts, you like dictionaries, and you like note-taking. And kinesthetic is learning by doing. So you might feel that you need to walk around the room. You might feel like you need a fidget toy. You might feel that you learn by practical tasks rather than reading something. This PowerPoint will be on Google Classroom. There's a questionnaire link. If you want to do the questionnaire, that's fine. It's really interesting to see what kind of learner you are. It's really useful to think about this now before you start your course, because you might find that when you start, you get some books out, you get some journal articles out, you start reading them and you're not taking it in. And you think, oh, well, I'm breaking it down. I'm not doing too much at one time. Why isn't this going in? And it might be because you're not actually a read-write learner. It might be that you're a kinesthetic learner and you need to be bouncing a basketball while you're doing it, or turning cartwheels or something. So it's really useful to kind of have some insight into how you learn as a learner. So it's just something to think about there. So that's that. Anyway, so the last thing I wanted to do, don't worry if this is alien to you. Did Kim do this with you at the end of the session?
No.
She didn't. Right, that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to do it then. That's fine. It's what it is. It's just some learning outcomes, just so we can kind of get an insight into how useful this session was. Instead, do you want to just put something in the chat for me? You can put like a smiley face or a sad face or a thumbs up or something, just so I can kind of get like a bit of an overall feel of how this session went. If it was a car crash and you hated every second, you could put that too. Thank you, Olivia. Smiley face. Face. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you, Faye. Oh, grand. Thanks, Liam. Thank you. Good. That's really good to know. Good. Yeah, I think that's possibly one of the takeaways from this session, is that you guys get time to meet each other, you get time to experience breakout rooms and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm glad that was helpful for you, Liam. Cool. Right. Thank you very much. Is there anything else anyone wants to say before I let you go and have a cup of tea and watch Netflix? That's my plan. Shelley?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Grand, lovely. You kind of you had a green outline, which kind of meant that the audio picked up on something, but no, that's absolutely fine.
All right, no, I'm fine.
Lovely. All right. Right. Right, guys. Well, thank you very much. I might see you again on another session. One thing that I have to say before I go, part of my role on this on counselling is to give you study skills and essay guidance. So if you, when you start your studies and you get an essay and you don't really have much idea on what to do, or it's daunting, or you're just freaking out, please email me. There will be a PowerPoint on study skills on Google Classroom that you can access that has been created by me. So if you watch that and you still have no idea, please contact me and we can have a chat about basic study skills, basic essay writing skills and structure. And my my email address will be on the PowerPoint. And you've got my full name, it's Claire Roper. You should be able to find me on the York Learning email address list thing. But yeah, please feel free to contact me if you need to. I will just tell you what, I'll put it in here as well, because that's easier than you finding me, york.gov.uk. That's right. Yeah, lovely. There you go. If anyone wants to contact me, that is absolutely fine. Right, guys, thank you very much for this evening. I'm going to let you go now. Take care, and I'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.